Andrew Tate is coping extra hard right about now. And guys, we absolutely need to talk about it. For those of you who are unaware, about 2 weeks ago, Andrew Tate fought Chase DeMoor in a Misfits boxing heavyweight bout. Now, if you don't know who Chase is, just understand that at the end of the day, this is like a reality TV show star who barely has any technical boxing ability, especially if you are watching his highlights. Now, what he does have going for him, though, is he came from a football background and he is genuinely athletic. Now, none of this was supposed to matter in the face of a multiple-time world champion in kickboxing like Andrew Tate. In fact, Tate wanted to fight this dude because, in my mind, he probably thought it was going to be an easy fight. And this was supposed to be his reintroduction into the world of fighting and back into the limelight after all of his legal troubles in the past couple of years. Unfortunately for him, it did not go as planned.
A shot like that, absolutely not. It's too easy to see. Andrew Tate's simply fatigued, and he wasn't able to get out of the way of it. Too much weight. Beautiful shot by Chase around the Chase DeMoor. Clearly dominated in round 5.
If you want to watch the whole fight itself, it is a very easy thing to find here on YouTube. But if you want a quick high-level summary, it goes a little something like this. Andrew Tate gasses out within like the first 2 or 3 rounds and then goes into absolute survival mode, looking terrible fighting against Chase DeMoor. In fact, it looked like they both couldn't fight, but one guy looked like he couldn't fight, but was in way better shape than the other guy and completely embarrassed him, putting his weight on him, pushing him around, having him look like he was gasping for air, and made him look like a bigger amateur than the guy who was actually an amateur. And look, everyone understands that losing is part of the game. Whether you're doing combat sports, basketball, baseball, a game of tic-tac-toe, it doesn't really matter. No one always wins. Losing is part of life's experiences. And quite frankly, no one would have an issue with him losing if it was against someone who was actually skilled. But again, as mentioned, Chase is not really that good of a boxer. He's not technically good at all. But it's not just that. It's also the fact that Andrew Tate built his entire persona and internet career off of being the top G. This is the biggest alpha male in the room. This is the man that never loses. This is the man who has all the achievements in the world and has no idea what losing even looks or sounds like. This is what he had gotten himself big off of the past couple years, talking all this shit online. So the reaction and negativity he is getting online should be of absolutely no surprise to him and all the other tater tots online, considering some of the things he has said in the past. Like, seriously, guys, he went from tweets like this, "Must suck to be a loser and watch life's winners win over and over again," to this: "In 100 years from now, somewhere on the new earth, there will be a man reading about me in the history section of the Skynet. And that's not because I never lost, but instead because I always tried." What do you call someone who loses? A loser. The switch up came really quick after the loss because it appears like he went from top G to Confucius almost immediately.
Yeah, I'm 10 years out, 40 years old. Gave it my all, but he's tough. I don't know what to say. He's really tough. Congratulations to him.
Do you think we'll be able to see you in here again?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back, watch the fight, make a decision, but Chase deserves this win. I'm really happy for him, genuinely.
Do you have a message to all the fans back home that are watching you?
It's better to try and lose than not try at all.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
And look, to the last point he made there, I think it's fair enough. And I could really appreciate that he is humble in defeat in this very moment. I really don't even have a problem with most of what he said in his post-fight rhetoric at all. I think, again, the main issue is who he is and what he has represented in the past couple years. And I think if he had just left it here, I feel like it would be fine. But the issue is he wound up going on his live stream and engaging in a 40-plus minute Pope session. And there is a particular clip that I want to react with y'all here today and go through it because there's just some points there I think are absolutely ridiculous.
If I want to get spiritual about all of this, You have to understand that there are forces larger than us people that exist. And I said that the answer was already written. Why did I get tired? I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Maybe it's the hundreds of cigars that this guy goes smoking through every single week on his live streams. Like, my guy has a cigar in his hand, smoking like a chimney every single time he is on a live stream to keep up with the alpha male aesthetic. And listen, I ain't no doctor, but something tells me that can't be good for your cardio. I mean, this dude gassed in the first 2 or 3 rounds of the fight. Now, there are a lot of reasons why that happened. Nerves happen to sap a lot of your energy in the middle of a combat sport, but also pretty sure, smoking all them damn cigars can't be of good help either. But what do I know? Let's keep it going.
The only thing that makes sense is that I was not supposed to win. Why was I not supposed to win? Is the world a better place now that I've lost? Maybe the win means more to Chase than it would have mean to me. Maybe Chase couldn't handle the loss.
Or maybe he was just better than you that night. I mean, maybe he was just in better shape and he was a better fighter than you that night. That's usually what happens when someone loses a fight. The other guy was just better. But let's keep it going.
Maybe God decided, you know what, Chase has been through enough with mocking and things on the internet. Chase doesn't need the loss right now. Andrew can handle the loss better. Maybe God decided.
I'm sorry, guys. Listen, I am not religious. In fact, I sometimes am borderline anti-religious. But this is that type of BS that I absolutely cannot accept, okay? My guy right now is putting it on God. That's to say, this is why he lost. Rather than the fact that he ain't trained hard enough, he's out of shape, he smokes like a damn chimney, his nerves got him, he was legitimately scared going into the fight, and those nerves from the fear sapped his energy. Any of these other things, which are actually what really contribute to being as terrible in shape as he was during the course of that fight, my man says, no, can't be any of that. It must be God. Okay. Oh, man. Like, oh, my dear. Oh, my days. Oh, man, this guy. All right, let's keep it going.
Maybe if I won, we would have went out and celebrated that night, and Tristan would have smoked a bunch of cigars, and maybe he would have died 1 minute earlier. And maybe I get an extra minute with my brother because I lost. And if that's the case, then I'm glad I lost.
Man.
You have to have faith in a higher power. There's a lesson in all of this. And I don't need to know exactly what it is. If God decides that for some reason he's going to instantly gas me when I was in perfect physical condition so that I lose, then I have to accept God's decision.
My guy's saying God gassed him. Yo. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, in the beginning, he sounded like he was humble. He was taking accountability. He was giving credit where it was due. Right here, what we're looking at is someone who is accepting no accountability. He's like, it's not possible that I did anything wrong or I was ill prepared for this fight. God gassed me out for the greater good. Like, my guy. My guy. What are you saying? As I mentioned earlier, I am not religious, but I feel like if you're going to put a religious interpretation over the events that happened, then why wouldn't it be something along the lines of the universe humbling Tate for his complete lack of humility over the past couple of years? Instead of saying things like, I can handle the loss better than Chase, and that's why I was magically gassed, I feel like you would have a little bit of self-reflection and understand that, like, you was wilding these past couple of years, and maybe that's the reason why you lost. Again, that ain't the way I'm interpreting it. There are a lot of other reasons that contribute to his loss, but this is just a funny way of saying my guy got fraud checked, and he is trying to cope harder and harder in a way to explain why that happened to his fans and the people listening at this point. Moral of the story, if you impact enough people, then the people who perceive your impact as negative will be waiting around for your downfall. And no, from my perspective, it is not the universe implementing karmic justice or balancing the scales. It is simply the reality that if you are around long enough, there is the realization that good things happen to bad people, bad things happen to good people, and shit happens to everyone. So just try your best to make sure that on balance, there will be less people waiting around for your downfall. That's TheJespective. What's yours? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you have not already, and subscribe, as I got much more content like this on the way. So until next time, YouTube. Peace.